The long wait is over, the summer is gone, the best leagues in the land are back.
It's time to raise the game. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Bath, the beautiful cathedral city, bathed in history, both culturally, musically, and of course, in a sporting sense. Tonight, we are at the Rec. The rain is falling. It is the anniversary match. It is University of Bath against Hartpury, two university rugby powerhouses. And wherever you're watching from, the warmest of welcomes. You do not want to miss this. We are counting down to kick off here. We've got phenomenal guests. We've got Test match rugby players. We've got Premiership stars. And we have got the future of this great game that we love. But before we look forward, we are going to look back. This is the last time we were at the Rec.
Whatever the weather, whenever you find yourself down at the Rec for a BUCS Super Rugby game, you know that you're in for a treat. It should be quite the occasion. Historic ground, historic occasion, historic head-to-heads. I mean, it sells itself.
Welcome to the Rec and to the biggest night of the year on the University of Bath rugby calendar. Finally, a home tie for the Brothers of Bath with this historic rugby stadium. And it's a try for Cardiff Met. It feels like all of Bath are in that mall, and they are over for the score. This has worked out for Cardiff Met. It's very unorthodox, but Steph Cribb's going to score. But Bath are over. Time has expired. The game is theirs. The University of Bath have a Bath Super Rugby victory.
It is a two-horse race between two of BUCS Super Rugby's thoroughbreds. The going is definitely soft, but to kick things off, we've got a chat with three absolute stallions. We've got Austin Evans, fresh off his Bath Rugby debut in the Premiership. We've got one of BUCS Super Rugby's favourite sons. A very warm welcome back to Zach Giannini and Welsh international prop Archie Griffin. Oh, you were all the way over there, but I'm going to start here because you had an unbelievable weekend. It was here, wasn't it?
No, it was actually away.
Of course it was. Yeah. I've messed that up and we're live. But an 80-point thriller to kick off your Premiership career. You must be absolutely buzzing off that.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like a pretty cool place to go and play. Like debut at King's Home. Like the atmosphere was pretty amazing. So yeah, delighted.
Yeah, as well you should be. Oh, you're so far over there. Zach, come in here because it's been a long time. Yeah, do catch up. It's been a long time since we've had you on the live stream. We're so pleased to have you back. Last time, you were the star of the show, but it was a heartbreaker against Exeter. I remember it well. Tonight, though, what a night for all of these boys involved.
Yeah, it's massive. It's always a fixture that we circle in our calendars. Yeah, last time, lost to Exeter at the death. My good friend Elliot Powell had something to do with it. He's not around anymore, so hopefully the teams, I think both sides have got a lot better with the years, and we're in for a cracker, I think.
One of the reasons we brought you back is because you're not scared to throw people under the bus. There it is. One question, one name, dead. Right, Archie, come over here. Because, oh, I know, goodness me, it's like musical microphones. Because, of course, your ascent to, well, we could say the top in Test match rugby has been outstanding and outrageous. But nights like this, let's talk about how special they are for these boys involved.
I mean, it's a lot of players like first time out on the Rec or out in a big capacity like this on a live stream, so it means a lot to the boys, and especially the boys coming through as well. This is their first taste because we've got a lot of under like 19 academy lads who've just come through. First game on the Rec, time to prove something. Coaches coming down, players coming down to watch as well, so it's just kind of make your statement, make your mark.
How is it different under the lights and in the rain, especially for a back three player?
I think there's going to be a lot of kicking tonight. You know, the surface is pretty wet, so a lot of slidey kicks. I think last year wasn't too dissimilar from this, like heavy rain. So it's going to be tough out there for the back three, but I think, yeah, kicking battle is going to be really important, like who can win the territory. You know, we know Hartpury have got some good kickers in their team, as the Bath, so it'll be an interesting one.
Rugby aside, right, next question for all of you. What are your memories of nights like this as students, off the pitch as well? Because it's such a buzz around the place. And bearing in mind, this is a live stream, it's not on broadcast TV, so you can say what you want.
I feel like it's always got to be the nights out afterwards. Like all the boys finish, go into the crowd, see all the boys, a few beers afterwards, then pile into Fishies, which is the sort of student night out. So, yeah.
I mean, Austin's dressed in his ones, ready to go. I mean, Thursday training tomorrow, he's going to turn up a bit dusty. Yeah, it's just all the boys come down. We'll have a big crowd of the brothers just up at the front, cheering away. Then we'll go round afterwards when we win, and then Fishies afterwards. So that's unbelievable for the boys, and it's just a great environment in the city.
I'm going to take a lower key approach. Sorry, Austin's the high key. He's told you. There's a lot of older alumni that come down, and it's really nice to see some of the boys that you've played with and you've trained with on a dark Monday morning. It's really nice to catch up after the game, like win, lose or draw. I personally haven't lost you. Win, lose or draw, but it's always nice after a win to just catch up with some old mates. And,
In Fishies.
in Fishies, for all my sins.
What I will say is, mate, on a night like this, those is us a brave pair of trousers. We'll do a before and after. At the moment, they're clean, they're pressed, they're beautiful, but it is a long night in the rain. Finally, then, let's talk about sort of what it means, because you mentioned the alumni there. You've all achieved amazing things in rugby, under-20s international, full international, premiership player, and me and Burnsy and the other guys who are involved, we're always banging the drum about how much it means and how much of an honour and a privilege it is to wear the badge of whatever team it is in BUCS Super Rugby, and maybe the last time that it's the choice you make, because you either go on to professional, semi-professional rugby or whatever. So for the millions watching at home, definitely millions, just give us an idea of what it means, because you know, you evolve, you move on, you've all achieved amazing things, but to be a player for University in Bath in BUCS Super Rugby.
Yeah, I think like regardless of the path you sort of go on to, like whether you go into the city, whether you go on to sort of continue playing rugby, like it's these memories out here that are most important. Like you're playing with your best mates, who a lot of boys will have been doing courses together for multiple years. So playing with your best mates, like it just doesn't get better than this.
I have to agree with Austin. It's all about just, especially for Bath, it's all about the brothers. And you're all together, all your mates. You've been playing for 3-4 years together, and it's just their capacity, especially for me. This is where I got most of my consistent game time. So it's just about all these players getting consistent game time, and that's how you get better. So it's just, that's what the BUCS League gives us, good competitive game time, one after another.
Being a Bath Super Rugby player is hard, and don't let anyone tell you it's not. It's a very hard thing to do in any university. There's hard times and there's good times, and nights like these are definitely part of the good times that you remember.
Amazing. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We have got a game to call. It's the anniversary game here at the Rec. It's Bath versus Hartpury, and I called it with the two great coaches in charge, Aaron and Dan. We've managed to find just about the only dry patch in the ground at the moment, because the weather has turned, but there's a big crowd behind you, two great teams. This is a special night for BUCS Super Rugby, isn't it?
It is. The only time it's good to have a bald head. But yeah, no, it's great. We've I think they've registered 8,000 tickets, so pretty special sort of night, hopefully, and they'll all turn out in the rain.
And judging by your start to the season, you can put a real show on for them tonight. How pleased are you with the first 3 rounds?
We've won 2 out of 3, so it's okay. 2 have been really good, and one's we could have done better. But it's all going to count on number 4, but of 18. So a long way to go. But we take a bit of confidence. But 5 weeks ago, we lost to these guys in the pre-season, so we're grounded.
Selection tonight, a few changes, particularly in the engine room. It's a busy period for Bath Rugby in general. How's that affected your selection tonight?
Oh, look, we've got, fortunately, in BUCS Super Rugby, like other teams, we've got lots involved in academies, and when they put other games on, we've got them available or unavailable. So, look, we've got some more people that have come back. You always get some back from injury, which is good, but we're in game 4, and I think we're into the mid-30s of players already. So that's just BUCS Super Rugby. Frustrating, but then on the other side, give some other guys a chance and a crack at with that development process or pathway that we've got.
I'm rewinding back a couple of seasons where you used 8 or 9 hookers. I'm sure it won't be that bad. What do we expect on a night like tonight then? Because you've got players who, as you say, are involved with academies, under-20s internationals. They'll be used to the pressure of playing under the lights in front of big crowds, but it means a lot to these boys to wear this badge tonight, doesn't it?
Oh, look, the old brothers are really keen. And look, if you look at our team sheet, you can recognise people that are involved in academies, not only Bath, but Leicester, Northampton Saints. But look at the most of the others that have just come from some really good school and college systems, and they've developed through. Look, there's 2 guys starting tonight that reminded me 4 years ago they were in our 7th team. So, you know, that development that BUCS Super Rugby clubs can do, and giving these guys an opportunity. They were sitting in the stands, not being able to see much probably about 4 years ago. Now they're out there performing. So that's special for them. Special for everyone, special for the university to put this on, special for our staff.
One of the many, many reasons we love this league and nights like this. Good luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. You're one last-minute play away from a perfect start to the season. From a fan's perspective, it looks like it's going incredibly well. What about from a coach's perspective?
Yeah, we've had a good start to the season, and yeah, that last 2 minutes at Exeter at home was really tough to take, but what we did in the other 78 minutes in the other 2 games has created a lot of opportunities. I don't think there'll be much creating this evening, but hopefully we can capitalise on those opportunities we do create.
Looking at your squad, a lot of familiar faces. We'll talk about the fact you've only made 1 change to the starting 15 next, but a lot of first years, second years, players who've really got time to bed into this team. They're already performing. Are you excited by that?
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see youngsters coming through. And I said this in the pre-season tournaments, pre-season talks about BUCS being an exciting brand of attritional set-piece balance, and then the excitement of under-18 rugby, and we've got that balance with the youngsters coming in.
You're starting 15 tonight, then just that 1 change on the wing. Big opportunity for the boys that have earned the right. What's the thought process behind it? Are you looking to bet a team in, or are these just the best 15 players available right now?
No, you want your best players on the field and the best players performing as well, and that's what we've gone with tonight. The guys that are performing well. An occasion like this is amazing. Everyone wants to be part of that squad, but I said it to the players before the game, it's 4 white lines, 30 blokes going at it.
Certainly is. What about the occasion then? 8,000 tickets have been sold for tonight. It's at the Rec. It's one of the homes that everyone recognises in English rugby. You've got the double header at Kingsholm coming up in a few weeks as well. This is special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great to see university rugby being played at places like this. It's grown and grown the last couple of years. We've got the Cardiff Clash. We've got our double header game. We've got this game here as well. It's amazing to see university games being hosted about here, because this is where these guys want to play in the Premiership, and an opportunity to play at Premiership standard stadiums is amazing.
Certainly is. Good luck tonight.
Cheers, bud. Thank you.
We're about to get underway. I was about to say, oh, what a vista, but that would have got me in a lot of trouble. We are here at Bath, at the Rec, one of the most iconic venues in all of world rugby, let alone university rugby. It is the anniversary fixture, University of Bath against Hartpury in the rain, but it is a Wednesday after all, which means we have got a full round of fixtures. Before that, let's take a look at some of the results ahead of round 4. Hartpury coming off the back of this, winners against Leeds Beckett, loads of points. Cardiff met against Exeter, Swansea against Bath. These are results from earlier on in the competition, because of course Hartpury have had 1 defeat, as have the University of Bath. It was last-minute defeats to Exeter and to Loughborough. So the 2 finalists last year, the only 2 teams to beat tonight's showpiece. That's how the table stands. Exeter and Bath 1 and 2. Hartpury 3. It is 2nd versus 3rd. In fact, those top 4 teams are going to take some shifting as they look for a home quarter-final. Leeds Beckett and Cardiff, of course, with relegation a very real possibility, are going to need to get some points on the board. Hartpury are out already, so let's take a look at the teams for tonight, starting with University of Bath. They've made 2 changes in the engine room as Max Mayer and Tom Hilton come in. That cheer will tell you that they're on the way out. Back row is unchanged. Breeze co-captain Treacy and George Dole. Wales under-20s, Ian Davies is at 9 with Will Rue outside him. And only Tom Hughes and Kit Evans keep their place in the outside backs as Chris Streeter, Tyler O'Fire and Jack Woods all come in. That is Bath. This is Hartpury. Oh, goodness me. Capo Tui Polotu, watch out. Hat-trick for him last week. Just the one change in the starting team for Dan Murphy's men. Hillary at 8 is the pack leader in the back row. And the one change comes on the wing. Ewan Pearce-Jones wears 14 in for Wilson. And Kutsia on the other has the bragging rights after coming top of the Hartpury sprint tests. On the bench, well, again, plenty of experience. Khan Richards-Farr, Owen Popple, James Randall, George Stevens, and of course Ewan Pearce-Jones, all with BUCS Super Rugby experience. But on nights like tonight, under the lights, 8,000 here in the rain at the Rec. Will it be the experience that carries one of these teams through, or will it be the atmosphere created by 8,000? The anniversary fixture is underway. Hartpury in the red, Bath the brothers in the blue and gold. And great nights need great company, and we have exactly that in the form of Zach Giannini. Nervous?
If you want to listen to Archie Griffin, tune in 20 minutes later. That would be even better company. I'm not as nervous. Oh, I would be nervous there. I'm not as nervous as I would be if I was playing.
Well, Bath looking to get some width on it early on. Tom Hughes gets away. Statement of intent early on from Bath. They're into the Hartpury half after a sweeping move from inside their own 22. And that raised the volume, Zach.
Yeah, it was a quick start, but it'll get a bit slower. There's a scrum here. I spoke to Max Pearce in the week. He said, do you know who the Pontypool front row are? I said, I'm Welsh. Of course I do. He said, well, that's who we're going to try and emulate. But we'll see, because Hartpury are some serious operators in the scrum. Whenever I've played against them, they've been pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see. First scrum of the game. Bit of a slow period now after a quick one.
Well, they certainly will, Hartpury. They've got Dan Murphy as their head coach, of course, but he takes care of scrums, former front row forward for the likes of London Irish, Harlequins, Gloucester, and he's now coaching the scrum for Hartpury RFC, Gloucester Hartpury women, Wales age groups women as well. Well, let's run down the front rows then. We've got Claudia Wheeler, Max Pearce and Alfie Griffin at 1, 2 and 3 for Bath. It's Harrison Bellamy, former Gloucester Academy player on the loose head side. Casey Williams, Welshman who captained Cardiff Schools at Jewish Shield. And then Ollie Millis on the tight head side as well. So from a tight head's perspective then, I know you played on the loose as well, but senior most from a number 3. What are the non-negotiables? What do you want for the first scrum of the game?
It's sort of not going full blast your first scrum. You need to sort of get a feel of what they want and what you're trying to bring, and set good pictures for the referee for the whole game.
That ball has gone out. Jack Woods is underneath it. Good take from him in the rain. He's got away from the first tackler too. And a penalty goes Hartpury's way. So after the initial good break, Woods holds on. And Hartpury, in the rain, perhaps with a chance to go for the poles and 3 points.
Yeah, Keelan Cullen, he's a serious operator when it comes to the kick-in. I think he had an unbelievable amount of points last year, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not. 191. He was BUCS Super Rugby's top scorer. And that is why we've invited you back.
That's probably the only bit of nosy info I've got for you guys. It's only because I kind of know him from home. But yeah, he's pretty good. He likes to kick, as all of Welsh tens do. And he's probably practiced kicking since he could walk back in Wales. So yeah, it's no doubt that he can score some points and possibly get the first point of the game here.
Well, this is the first scoring opportunity. Bath perhaps victims of their own ambition, twice trying to run it out from inside their own half. Here is Cullen, drives it low, drives it wide, didn't look a clean strike, and the score remains 0-0.
Curse the commentator quite early on. I'll keep bigging him up if he's going to keep missing them for my biased view. But yeah.
But you say you kind of know him from back home. Talk us through that relationship.
I actually, we just played against each other a couple of times, and you just get to know faces. I don't really know him on a personal level, but we always have a bit of banter on the field. But yeah, he's he was obviously went well last season, and he's hoping to kick off this season. I haven't been really catching up with how he's been doing the first 3 games, but second against third, he's got to be doing something right.
Yeah, so far so good. They've won 2 games, Hartpury. The 1 defeat to Exeter, last-minute score from last year's finalists and league champions. As here come Hartpury from the 22. First real chance for them. Ball in hand. That's Eddie Erskine getting a very warm welcome back by the brothers. And now Cullen again putting it on the boot, looking for a 50-22 here. Doesn't quite skid off the surface, and to be fair to Jack Woods, it's a couple of awkward takes he's had. Tough night for a fullback. And I love this atmosphere. This noise is outrageous.
It's probably geared them up a bit, seeing a former Uni of Bath player get smashed in the Harpy Red. So it's probably helped them. But, as I said before, pre-match, there's a lot of alumni come down. It's you circle it in your calendar, and you're hoping to be free for the game.
Have you come up from Llanelli tonight?
I haven't. I actually still live in Bath.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't. But I'm back quite often. And I probably see more of the M4 than anyone else, I'll be honest.
I was going to say, that's quite the trek, that is. First line out of the evening then. And it's, looked like good ball. Liam LaRue was the target, but it's loose inside the 22. And Bath really applying the pressure. You can see this rain absolutely hammering it down. I think the ground staff at the Rec will be displeased that there's a game on here tonight, but they've got a bit of time to let the pitch breathe, because Bath Rugby are away this weekend at the Stoop and Harlequins. Reece Price. 2 Welsh scrum halves today, him and Ian Davis. And that's a decent touch finder.
Yeah, the game's kind of slowed down a bit, and you'd probably expect it in the weather conditions we've got. It's probably a battle of kicking, and whoever wins that probably may edge the game, but it could open up.
Tell you what I'm hoping for tonight. Someone sliding a try in from like 8-10 metres out. It's on, isn't it? Maybe not 8 or 10, maybe 5 or 6.
It's a slippy pitch. It's a lot better than it was last year. Fair play to the groundsman. It's absolutely fantastic condition. Oh, it's a quick one to the front.
Max Pearce goes careering down the left side. Great run, tackled by Liam LaRue. And Bath are in the red zone for the first time. George Dole tries to keep them on the front foot. Real opportunity now. Alfie Griffin at tight head today. Harry Bedell. But we're playing advantage for the high tackle. And Bath can kick to the corner. No sign of going for the post. Confidence in the set piece. Max Pearce back in the starting 15 today. Keputui Pelotu started at King Coyd last week. Former England under-18 hooker.
I think he's actually Welsh. I know he's got links to Wales, because I think it's... But that's me importing, so I'll be quiet.
Up goes Mayer in the red cap. Up the short side goes Treacy. That's an excellent tackle on him. Treacherous conditions. That ball's going to be so slippery. But both teams need to be disciplined here. Bath on the ball. Hartpury in defence. Another great leg drive by Treacy. But the maul's been called. They need to find the floor here. Hartpury, Bath, otherwise Hartpury are going to come away with it. And that's exactly what's happened. Great defence by the men in red.
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong there in the maul. I know Mark Lilly, he's a great coach, and he prides himself on maul defence and maul attack. So he'd probably scratch his head to see what's wrong. But if I know him, he'll come up with the solution pretty quickly.
But it was Harry Bedell, the open side flanker, captain Wales under-20s in their win over Italy at the Arms Park in the Six Nations. He was playing for Hartpury Threes at the time, but very, very useful open side. Oh, messy scrum. I think Bath were just looking to put the squeeze on there, so Matt Hillary takes the ball to ground. Reece Price Sends that one up. It's going to stay in field. Great chase. But another high tackle. That's 2 already.
I'd say he's a very lucky boy that we haven't got no TMO today, because I think that was a fair bit high as well, especially when they're challenging for the ball in the air.
Well, that's certainly the kind of challenge that would be reviewed. Dylan Coetzee. So they did a 22-metre sprint test last week at Hartpury. Coetzee, 2.98 seconds over 22 metres in football boots, or rugby boots, should I say. That's not bad, is it?
2.98?
Yeah.
And mine was 3.
Was it? Fair play. To be fair, you have had a
I was running to the buffet, though.
Yeah.
I was running to the buffet, so 3 seconds to the buffet. But yeah, that is rapid.
Hilton, the target this time. The ball just squeezes out. There's going to be a lot of that tonight, particularly in close proximity.
Yeah, it's all about, thinking on your feet. And I don't know who the line-out caller would be. I think it could be Max Mayer. He had a good bit of experience with us last year, but trying to take those easier options, front ball, and we had a little funny at the front off the first line-out. So maybe look at those options. But it's really, really tough out here. I think really tough to judge a line-out.
Oh, just have a listen to this. Great to hear the brothers sing as Matt Hillary comes away. Oh, he's taken that one out of the back door. And away go Hartpury. Jack Woods is going to be called into action here. No, he's not. Penalty advantage to Hartpury. Both teams now having a little bit of joy. Here's Oscar Wilson, needs the bounce, gets the bounce, needs to finish. And he has grounded it. Fabulous score. With the penalty advantage, kick into space, Oscar Wilson's there. And Hartpury strike first at the Rec.
Your slow game goes into a quick one very quickly. Cullen's boot again. Put a bit of misery in my voice, but that's a great finish. I thought he butchered it for a second. I thought there's a lot of space, but look, he's probably looking to try and make the kick a bit easier, which, he probably thought he's done the job, scored the try first and thinking about the next job. But yeah, great finish. Put the game on his head.
Well, a fast surface and a fast try as well. Brilliant work. It's by Coetzee up the right-hand side, and then Wilson. And sometimes with a kick like that, you just need a little bit of luck. But amazing how often you make your own luck. Here's Keelan Cullen to turn 5 into 7. And he does exactly that. First 2 points of the night for the Hartpury outside half. It's Bath 0, Hartpury 7. 12 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, just a lot of space out wide, I'd say, and it was just unlucky. I think they were just tight, everyone on the scramble defence. But great awareness, great kick, great finish.
Oh, Bath were super narrow there, but of course they were all chasing back after that great break up the right-hand side. But what we have seen is there is space, despite this being an attritional game. Both teams now have had a little bit of joy on the edge, but Hartpury, the ones who've made it count. But of course, none of it counts until you get the exit. And Matt Hillary going after exactly that. Well, has he left that ball behind? Yes, he has. It's back with Bath. They've turned that over. And here's Griffin. Another good carry from him. Little delayed ball, but obstruction. And that'll be a penalty to Hartpury and an easy exit.
I'd say Dolly's a bit keen now on that line to get his hands on the ball, but he, in his second year, he was absolutely fantastic. We used to run a couple lines off of line-outs in their 22, and he's absolutely fantastic at picking a line. He's probably just overshot it a bit.
Another good kick by Cullen. Pretty composed. There's a 10. And on nights like these, that is exactly what you need. Well, fans are still making their way in here. This stand is packed to the rafters because it's only this one and the one away to our right that have got any kind of cover. And if you're not careful, Zach, you're going to have someone sat on your lap soon. Might be me.
I hope so. It'd be a lot better than the alternative, I'll be honest. I don't know. It's better you than big Archie Griff next to me.
To be fair, we're probably about the same weight at the moment. Here come Hartpury with a penalty advantage again. Watch Cullen. Is he going to go for the boot once more? No. Instead, they're going to go to Max Knight at 12. It's a good carry, Wilf McCarthy. Chiefs Academy, Taunton Titans, plenty of experience in senior rugby. And Hartpury finding the gain line pretty easy to come by here. Reese Price moves it back the other way. Little nudge in behind again. This should be a mark. This is a mark taken by Tom Hughes, but you're playing on the penalty advantage.
Yeah, penalty advantage. Just try a little dink over the top. The weather, it's very slippy. You don't know what might come of it, so he's probably going to go for post here. I'd be surprised if they go to the corner.
Well, they are going to do exactly that. Come to score some points. Full marks of commitment for the brothers down there, because none of them are worn coats. They're all in, pardon me, they're all in their ones. Blue shirts, chinos, absolutely see-through.
It's deja vu. When I was on the bench there, it was exactly the same. I would say it was even worse. Yeah, fair play to them. They're a good group of lads, and hopefully the boys will do a job.
Good line-out ball, Erskine. Former Bath man, of course. He gathers that ball, and now Hillary comes in to add his ample weight. Still moving forward here, but a long way to go for them all. Oh, another penalty advantage. Another opportunity. Max Knight in at first receiver. Pulls it out the back. Lovely hands to Coetzee. Coetzee scrambles through. Stopped 3 meters short. Hartpury so close to try number 2 here at the Rec. That ball pops out. So many bodies narrow. But so risky to put width on it in these conditions. Over the line. Is it down just short? Connor Treacy making the try-saving tackle. A second score here would be huge. Short again. And then knocked on over the line. Huge, huge moment and a huge sigh of relief for Bath.
Yeah, that's a long advantage, and it's hard to know what happened in the maul, you know. But referees tend to give out penalties to the attacking team. They go to the corner here again, try and get a yellow card.
Well, the penalty count stacking up against Bath. And again, Cullen sends it to the corner. So far, the lineouts for both teams operating pretty well. Rain's got heavier. This time they go to Dion Gwynn. Casey Williams. Still on it, Williams. Still moving forward. Williams, Hartpury over. It's try number 2. It's blunt and brutal work by Hartpury, and they extend the lead.
It looks too easy for Hartpury at that front pod. There wasn't much contest in the air, and you know, they got the rolling maul going and it didn't stop rolling. So yeah, they've done very, very well. Picked the easy option off the line out, and made use of the overload of numbers they had at the early stages, and once it got going, it didn't stop.
Well, after a sharp start by Bath, they have been under the pump. They've piggybacked Hartpury up the pitch with penalties. And they've been made to pay the price. They trail by 12 points to 0. And what they have managed to do is silence this raucous partisan crowd. Cullen, tough kick. Kicking towards some brave souls in the rain in that open stand to our left. Pressure on from the charge down, but does not affect the result. 2 conversions from 2. Hartpury leading 14-0. 19 minutes on the clock here at the anniversary game. Oh, we're having our first substitution of the night, are we? Great stuff. Archie, welcome.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing the brothers come back from this, to be honest.
It's going to be a long way back as well. What have you made of the first 20 minutes or so of the game?
Just discipline seems to be getting the better of the brothers at the minute. We seem to be putting ourselves in good positions, making good errors, bad errors, sorry, in the D, putting us further and further back. So even though we make all the effort to get out of the areas, we're then making a penalty, which then puts us back another 50.
Reece Price sends that up. Another good kick chase. They gave away a penalty here last time. Hartpury more disciplined this time as Jack Woods tastes that. Excellent take from him. Look at this defensive pressure by Hartpury. Super narrow as well. The widest defender at the moment, Oscar Wilson. He's inside the 15. And he's going to drop here because Ian Davis is going to send this one up to the night sky. Oh, brilliant take. You need to make a tackle off that as well, because if you breach that first line and Hartpury, you are through. Cullen, again, kicking for position. All the players in the back three, they've looked pretty comfortable so far, haven't they?
Yeah, I was going to say, with the weather as it is, we haven't had many drop balls. A lot of kicking, but no drop balls.
50-22's on here. Oh, but it just spins almost like a golf ball. Tyler Afire gets back this time. We've got all backs for company, so Will Rue is there. Ian Davis gets back. And Bath inside their own 22. They're losing this territory game at the moment, and Hartpury kicking the ball beautifully and playing in the right areas. Well, the two men back for Hartpury. You've got Corbin Smith and you've got Keelan Cullen, but it's not going to reach either of them. So from a front rower's perspective then, let's talk line-outs in conditions like this. What are the kind of decisions that you're making? And in terms of your lifting pods and things like that, is it more difficult on days like today?
Well, to be honest, I think Bath should be going with up at the front and the middle, forcing the back ball, especially in conditions like this. And Bath seem to be making good use of going down the short, as we've seen when they've entered the 22. Hartpury's front prop needs to stay a bit more alive.
Reece Price, he's opted for the kick this time. The chase is on by Matt Hillary. Oh, Afire's knocked that on.
Oh.
And it's bounced up into the hands of Hillary. And is that the unlikeliest of tries? He thinks so. What's the referee got to say? Try's been awarded. The kick pressure tells, and Hartpury are disappearing out of sight.
That's just playing the conditions. They've obviously it's very unlucky, but they're pushing up. They're absolutely blitzing everything, and just the men being there, pushing, defending well. He's got the opportunity and scored.
Oh, I can't wait to see this again. And no sooner have we complimented the back three on how well they've done. A nightmare bouncing ball for Tyler Afire. Confident player, talented player, so naturally he wants to take it on the full and get on with it, but the conditions have other ideas. Easy conversion for Cullen, it's 21-0. And what do they say? A kick is only as good as its chase. Let's have a watch of this now. Little nudge in behind. Look at Matt Hillary get on his bike, getting ready to melt a fire. Instead, he's picked that up one-handed. He'll be putting that on the highlights reel, that's for sure. What a scoop. But now Bath with it all to do. Hartpury going at nearly a point a minute. And I'm sure the people watching at home, Archie, will not mind you being partisan for a second and saying this is not how it's supposed to go at the anniversary game.
No, I wouldn't say this is how it's supposed to go, especially with our record the last 2 years at the Rec. I thought we would be coming out all guns blazing.
It's been one of those nights so far. Hartpury, good for their lead. They've been so clinical. But the Bath fans, they've started to find their voice again. And oh, what a shot! Huge hit. Two men into it. And again, resorting to the box kick. Reese Price. That one's bounced backwards into the hands of Treacy. He's had a decent game, hasn't he? He's got over the gain line every time he's been on the ball so far.
Yeah, he's a very, very confident carrier. Young boy, under-18s captain for Bath Academy, winning the league last year, and co-captain this year.
So many players in their first and second year for both teams, which is super exciting. That was high. So the problems that Bath have had with infringements, Hartpury have had with high tackles. That one looked a little bit naughty from Wilf McCarthy. And as Zach pointed out earlier, perhaps a little bit lucky that we don't have a TMO.
He's working with the assistant referee, so...
Since you've made the step up to professional rugby, Premiership, International, etc., have you been more aware of the TMO? Have you changed your behaviours in any way?
I think you're definitely more aware that any mistake that you make is going to be picked up. So it's all about just practicing and making sure the technique is spot on, and then showing on field that you're confident with everything you're doing. Because if you go back and look, oh, that seemed a bit bad, they're obviously going to have a more of a look at it. So you just got to be more confident with your body language, showing that you're on top and you're doing the right thing, which I think is the same thing here. You've got to show good body language to show that you're confident that you haven't done the right thing.
There was a really interesting one the other day in the Harlequins versus Newcastle Falcons game where Stefan Levis had a head-on-head and they took it to TMO, but they saw that he bent at the waist, he was in a good position, he'd done everything right, and I suppose it's all about changing behaviours, isn't it? So if you see that people are acting the way that you want them to, sometimes there are rugby incidents. It's when you're a little bit foolish, a little bit lazy, a little bit careless, and you can be punished. Chance for Bath. Feels like they need something here. Max Pearce to the front under pressure. That's a great ball from Pearce. Again, it squirts out, but it squirts out legally. And Bath have it inside the 22. The fans find their voices again, as this as close as Bath have been for some time. Hartpury think they're on that ball. Harry Beddle being a nuisance. That's a good takedown low. Can they find a score? Still 15 minutes to go before half-time. Again, Beddle with a hand on it. He's not going to win the turnover, he's going to slow the ball down, but this time he's going to concede the penalty. Free shot at it now for Bath. But
I was just about to say, Hartpury doing really well to slow us down there. They're able to get round the whole time. They have a full line ready to go and get off the line. I think Bath just need to make sure we get rid of that jackal threat early on.
What are you doing here then? Are you scrumming? Are you pointing? Are you cornering?
I think they're going for the tap and go.
Yes, they are. Max Pearce gets his head down and goes. Great carry, great tackle. It is physical stuff. Oh, there's a scramble there, still just short. Bath desperate for a score. Treacy will be the next to go. Still short. Brutal tackling, until it isn't. Over goes Alfie Griffin, and Bath are on the board.
Quick ball after quick ball after quick ball comes into a try. That's just the forwards game. Good to see Alfie Griffin getting out there.
All these Griffin tight heads doing bits.
Yeah, I was getting a couple of messages last year saying, "Why are you on the bench during the Six Nations?" So yeah, he's a good lad and played a lot with him when I was coming through.
Root from in front of the poles, and Bath have 7 points on the board. 12 minutes to go until half-time. Just looking at that full stand there, I mean, I've seen it. In fact, let's talk about this try first. That is some collision for Pearce, isn't it?
Yeah, Pearcey has done an absolutely great carry there. The second carry needed to be a bit quicker, but then we then go into this one, which has gone really quick from Pearcey. Straight into the space. He's seen it and he's passed it.
Oh, and that's straight out on the full as well, so it'll be Bath ball. And again, so good to have a front rower here. When that ball goes out on the full and you're the attacking team, how pumped are you to get into this scrum?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I'm sure the boys will be fired up here to try and get a pen. It just means that game slowing down for us, and then we can start building. They're thinking in their head they're on the back foot, and it's just our time to keep going forward. We've just come off scoring a try, then they've kicked it out. This is really good change of momentum for us.
It's amazing how quickly momentum can change, because Hartpury kicked the ball so well, and that is largely the reason why they lead by 2 scores here. It's 21 points to 7. A rain-drenched wreck. Oh, and here comes the squeeze from Bath. And they have got the penalty. Great scrum. Big moment.
Alfie Griffin breaking the seam there. That's lovely to see from him. Claudius Wheeler on the other side doing a great job staying square. Strongest player in the squad, I believe, and his mum makes a great quiche.
Do you know what? We send out essentially a form for the players to fill in, and you've gone in with the quiche there. Some of the facts they put in, it's so difficult to tell what is spice and what is actually real. Yeah, but there's a bit of rivalry between those two in terms of their kgs and their watts, isn't there? The 2 props, Wheeler and Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, when he was the first year into the uni program as a fresher, he was benching 200 kilograms. So,
what?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, serious stuff. Right, 30 minutes on the clock. Pearce. Oh, that one's not quite straight. Going to the ball, a bit of afters there. Eddie Erskine and Max Mayer.
Eddie's just trying to get stuck in the boys.
So you talked about breaking the seam there, something that Alfie Griffin did. Talk me through that. Why is it important? Why does that give you the advantage in the scrum?
Well, the loose head just needs, on the Hartpury side, just needs to keep his seam with the hooker, and as soon as that's broken, he's immediately on the outside, letting Alfie just come up the middle. Hopefully this time we'll see a better competition.
Well, if Ian Davis gets out of the way, we might see what you mean.
The loose head's done a lot better that time. He stayed in front of Alfie.
Here's Woods. Good footwork from Woods, but an excellent tackle to stop him in his tracks. That's Wilf McCarthy. Stayed upright again. He's given away 1 high tackle already. A big physical contact that time, and again in midfield. Matt Hillary. 1 try already for Hillary. Plenty of decent shots. Oh, Ian Davis getting himself out of trouble there, and Rue. It's gone cross-field. Wilson underneath it. And Tyler Afire offside, conceding the penalty.
I'm sure he was expecting the 9 to kick then, so didn't work his way back. Easy mistake to make.
He's another one of the first years playing. I'm not even going to tell you what he wrote on the form. You'd be embarrassed.
No, please, I want to hear it.
I'll tell you at half-time. As Hartpury try and make their way into the corner, looking for the bonus point try in the first half. What is the tea time celebration?
Is this Tyler's?
Yeah, he says he's the inventor of the tea time celebration.
I think this is his celebration where he does makes a T with his forearm and other arm, and then he makes an O for his initials.
Oh, cool.
And he's managed to give himself a nickname, Triler, which is, I think, from his dad, who I think put a tweet out after his first Bath game.
Well, if he gets a meat pie tonight, then we'll see it. In the meantime, Bath have pinched Hartpury ball here. It's the first of the lineouts that's really gone awry. In fact, that's 1 each now, isn't it? Because we had the 1 crooked throw, and then that one that's been pinched, and Bath can clear their lines. There is Dan Murphy down there, really fighting a losing battle with a wet towel on a wet ball on a wet night, desperately trying to get some grip for Casey Williams.
Exactly. This is why I think we need to stay up in the front and the middle, push that back ball.
Oh, they've gone after it again.
He's done well there.
Great throw from Williams, and Hartpury back into the 22 again. Bath have got themselves on the right side. Have they created a ball?
Managed to get the ball.
Oh no, the referee said tackle release, so Breeze needs to get out of the way.
Breezy's managed to get the ball.
Oh, what a turnover. That is two excellent lineouts under pressure from Bath defensively.
That's lovely from Breezy there. Played Welsh Exiles with him back in the day, and another Richmond man himself who was there last season. So he's doing great things.
Got to give a shout out to the Welsh Exiles. Actually, been having some great chats with Gareth Davis. He's been saying that there are players up and down the country in BUCS Super Rugby. We love to follow their journeys. And yes, Harry was one of the players that he highlighted. High hopes for him, very talented. He's Whitgift School, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Whitgift. Played Whitgift in the semi-finals of the cup, I believe. Unfortunately, was injured for that game. So
here come Hartpury. Corbin Smith manages to get it away, and they've had some joy up that right-hand side. It led to the opening try, and they're back in the Bath half. Seem to have just recovered from that little 5-minute wobble where they conceded the try and then kicked the ball out on the full. Erskine. Decent clear out there. Cullen. Another little nudge in behind. It's a good chase as well. Oh, and they've just allowed them to pick it up. Treacy running straight past it. Lovely offload. Dion Gwynn is there. He tries to free the hands too. And it's scrambled out into touch, but disarray in the Bath defence. 3 blue jerseys there, and it comes up red.
Cullen seems to be playing the backfield really well. They just seem to be seeing space, putting Bath on the back foot. This is another wet line out that we'll see. He's been throwing really well to the back in these conditions, so hopefully Bath adjust.
Well, as Cutzio gave chase, but he couldn't believe his luck when it came out. A bit of an injury break there. Talk to me about the Welsh Exiles programme then. How did you find yourself in that particular melting pot?
I just got scouted when I was by Gareth Davis back when I was really young. Came through the programme with him when I moved over to the UK. Him and my dad knew each other from when they were younger, so Dad got me straight into the programme, and then I played some games with Ellis Bevan and Harry Breeze back in the day, and then ended up playing with Ellis Bevan on tour.
Well,
Hartpury,
here come Hartpury. We'll come back to your Wales story. Hartpury looking for the bonus point try here. Don't think they've got that down. That's really well played. George Dole has got underneath him, and that's something we're seeing more in the modern game now. Take him over the line, hold him up and start again.
It's just the penalties. They seem to be going up. We can't seem to get out of our half.
Have we got a yellow card?
Yes. Not sure.
I didn't see the incident. Oh, that's been overthrown. Again, Hartpury. They are fluffing their lines inside the 22, and it could cost them even more. Lovely tight spiral kick, and Bath clear their lines. Fabulous nudge. Christian Streeter. Well, he was somebody who was playing fresher twos at the beginning of his university life, so he's gone from the 7ths to the 1s. That's quite a journey.
Wow. The programme definitely allows that. Austin Emmons used to be playing for the 5ths, I believe, when he was first and fresher, and now he's playing in the Prem, so you can see it happen.
Well, let's go back to your tour journey then, because you mentioned Ellis Bevan there, another BUCS Super Rugby boy, formerly of Cardiff Met, now playing a lot of rugby in the URC for Cardiff. Good egg?
Yeah, he's a good egg, and he's got a posher voice than I do, so so I didn't get rinsed as much on tour.
Do you know what? They're
hidden behind him.
This is a lovely spiral kick, by the way, to the point where Bath are going to let it bounce, and I don't blame them. Here's a fire. Good hands this time. First time he's been able to carry the ball tonight. There'll be a lot of people listening at home thinking, when you move to the UK, you sound like the most British person I've ever heard in my life. Talk us through your journey that got you here then.
I was born in Sydney. There we go. Keep going.
That's been knocked on. We'll come back to that. Not story time. It's time for
Good
Bath to
offload.
get on with it.
Oh.
Lovely offload, but it's gone forward. So keep your eye on Harry Breeze here. Oh yeah, so is he offside? And is that what the yellow card was given for?
I think it was a bit earlier than.
Yeah, a bit of confusion, but they have made a change in the meantime because Aidan Ainsworth Cave has come on in the engine room. And there are definitely 14 out there. So Aidan Ainsworth Cave, another first year, an England under 18. He's actually gone onto the blind side flank. So just for half-time, Bath down to 14, but on the ball. Another brilliant scrum. Another penalty coming from the scrum.
Claudius has stayed really square there. That's perfect.
Claudius Wheeler is one of the best names in BUCS Super Rugby, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. And again, I just got to mention his mum's quiche because I've been told to keep bringing that up again and again.
Are you a big quiche guy?
I'm a big food anything guy.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Because in the facts that people give us, he says that Chris Martin from Coldplay stayed at his house during COVID. Is that believable?
I mean, he's a weird bloke, but so anything could happen.
Do you know what? Zach's ears have pricked up then when Archie said he's a weird bloke. He's not talking about you, Zach. Right, Max Pearce, line out on the 5. Big moment in the game. Straight to Ainsworth Cave. And Bath get the shove on. Max Pearce is there. All of the backs add their weight. Afaya's there. Evans is there. Street is there. It's full commitment from the brothers. But they're told to use it. And they do. It goes to ground. They're going to be without the scrum half here. It was a good second grab. Now everyone filters back into position after the maul doesn't work. Max Mayer latches and they try and go around the corner. A try here before half-time. Really would make a game of it, but Hartpury turn it over. It's Harry Bedell again. The breakdown merchant. And that should take us through to half-time. Bedell, as well as Wales under-20s, involved with Leicester Tigers, and there's a bit more time on the clock than we thought, because Hartpury are going to go from the line out again. Both teams have really defended their 22 well in the last 10 minutes of this half.
Yeah, they really have. I'd say that both Power D has been really good from both sides. Hartpury's tries coming from kicks into the backfield, but again, have worked really well.
Casey Williams. Perhaps the last chance before half-time. Oh, that one is right on the skew-if. It's been knocked on. Knock-on advantage. And it's with Max Pearce. Now with Ian Davis. And now with Bath. Doing the hard yards up the middle. Decent speed of ball to work with. And these carries back towards the breakdown. Bath so narrow here. It's all big men in the rain. And another breakdown penalty. And another turnover by Harry Bedell. They just can't get him off the ball.
He's doing brilliantly. He's slowing down the ball in the 22 and he's getting poachers left, right and centre.
It's one of those sevens with a low centre of gravity who is a nightmare. From an attacking perspective then, you spend a lot of time clearing out. How do you counteract that? How do you stop someone with such a skill set?
I think as a carrier, we just need to stay a bit longer on our feet, drive, power leg drive, and then bounce back. I think a couple of lads are a bit guilty of turtling on their back, and then as a cleaner, we just need to be a bit quicker to the breakdown. I think boys are waiting for the carrier to be on the floor, whereas you already need to be on them by the time they're going down.
Well, that takes us through to half-time. We have had 4 tries. 3 of them have gone Hartpury's way. All of them converted. Bath got something on the board when Alfie Griffin buried his way over from short range. But in the rain here, half-time at the Rec, it's Hartpury who've got the bragging right. Still 40 minutes to go though. It's Bath 7, Hartpury 21. Well, don't go anywhere just yet, Archie, because I want you to talk us through the main talking points of the first half. We're going to take a look at the tries. This was the first one. Fantastic kick on the penalty advantage. And they just swept forward. In the end, it was Oscar Wilson who got the last touch.
Yeah, I think Cullen's just seeing the space. He's been seeing it all night long. He's been kicking into the 22 where Bath just don't seem to be.
This was the second one. We thought we might see a few scores like this tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, certainly the conditions for it.
Again, these full commitment mauls. We saw a couple with the backs involved. What's your opinion on backs getting involved with the drive?
I think it's good when they're useful, but when they come in looking like they have absolutely no idea what's going on, I just say get out. You're not doing anything.
Now watch Matt Hillary here. What a take from the number 8. It was so good that even Tom Hughes started celebrating for Bath. Whether or not the ball had been knocked on, they were asking the question, but the referee said no, and Hillary got the third try, and this is the one from Bath that's given them a little bit of hope.
Yeah, Max Pearce has done really well here. He's done an absolutely huge carry off the start, and then when it comes to him on ball on this next pick, he sees the space, draws the defender in, lets Alfie get the try. It's the hard graft with no appreciation.
Well, they'll appreciate it if they get a result. It's Bath 7, Hartpury 21 at half-time. Let's take a look at what we have got coming up in the next few weeks. Of course, Bath versus Hartpury tonight. Then in a couple of weeks, we go to women's BUCS Super Rugby, Hartpury versus Cardiff Met. And then we've got the double-header as well, Hartpury versus Cardiff Met men. In fact, Hartpury are getting all of the love at the moment, but that's a double-header at Kingsholm. We want you to join us on the live stream, but why not get in the car and come watch a couple of great games of rugby? Okay, well, we are in Bath for the anniversary game in the rain. It's a big night. There is all kinds of nonsense going on outside. Wet people doing silly things. So we are going to give you some content. Oh no. Oh, we just missed that on the camera. Somebody has just ruined their Cheetos, and it was magic. Anyway, watch this. It'll be great.
Hi, I'm Aaron James from Bath. Pleased to meet you.
Max Pearce. We're playing 5-second rule. Okay, right. Ready? Name 3 items of clothing a sportsman might wear. Let's go.
Boots, shorts, t-shirt.
All right. He's all right. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. Yeah. You've got to ask me the question now.
Okay. 5-second rule. Hang on, don't like that one.
Keep the tempo up.
Name 3 foreign countries.
3 foreign countries. New Zealand, Australia, Japan. Thank you, sir.
Well done, well done.
3 fashion designers, please.
Giorgio Armani and...
One life.
Okay.
There we go, that's one life, right.
Name 3 things you might find in a car boot sale.
A walking stick, a hat, an umbrella. Yeah, thank you. 3 animals that live in the cold.
Polar bear, a penguin and a goat. A mountain goat. A mountain goat, isn't it?
Oh, right, go on then. Go on then.
Hold up there.
That's cheating. It's like Christmas, isn't it?
Oh, this is good. Name 3 Michael Jackson songs.
Thriller, Moonwalk. No, I'm good. Moonwalk. One over. Last one. Name 3 beach games.
Volleyball, cricket and tennis.
Okay, beach cricket, yeah, that's fair. Tennis, sorry, tennis, yeah.
Is that right? No, it's not.
2-1, I win. Thank you very much.
I won a bit my last one.
Oh, I won, didn't I?
Get to equal, wasn't it?
Go on, Age.
Okay.
Go on, Age.
Name 3 electronic toys.
GoPro, camera, hand dispenser, washing machine thing.
It's a toy.
A toy? I thought you said. All right. That's it. Tiebreaker. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's great fun.
Good fun, that.
Welcome back to the Rec. Wherever you're watching in the world, I hope you are drier than we are right now. The brothers, well, they're making their way through the sisters here. It is a real family occasion at the Rec. It's the anniversary game, but so far the 8,000 strong crowd here at the home of Bath Rugby have not had an awful lot to cheer about. It is all Hartpury, 21-7. Zach Giannini's back, one of BSR's favourite sons. What did you make of that opening 40?
It was a weird, slow game, and then just sped up at points. It had points, but Bath are going into the change rooms, and I know they're having an absolute thrashing off the coaches at half time. And I'd say Hartpury's coaches would say, keep it up, boys, keep it up. You know, you're obviously putting Bath under a bit of stress. Maybe the occasion's getting into a couple of the young boys out there. A good start is needed by Bath here, and you can turn your headsets up, guys, as the Archie Griff show's over, so you can turn it up a bit.
Well, Bath still down to 14. Harry Breeze still in the bin. Will Rue gets the second half underway, kicks it deep. And that's taken by Matt Hillary, first half try scorer. Big physical presence, particularly in that midfield. And that is a decent clearing kick. And this line-out is going to be pretty much from in front of those big contingent of Brothers supporters. And I'd much rather be Max Pearce than Casey Williams, because he is going to get dog's abuse if he gets a line-out down that way.
One can only hope. No, I'm joking. No,
Don't lie to the people.
No, it is good crack. In all fairness, I'm looking old for my age. Benjamin Button was called. Have You Got a Mortgage was called to me. Hartpury away. So
great kick, great take. Oh, George Dahl brought down by his bootstraps. Bit of invention there from Bath as they look to get on the front foot. Good feet from Christian Streeter. But an excellent tackle again. Hartpury winning the collision, slowing it down with the counter. Claudius Wheeler tips it on. That's a great flat ball, but covered by Max Knight just about as Max Pearce makes some meters. Hilton, another tip. That's Aidan Ainsworth Cave. But the ball's gone forward. And Max Mayer needs to be careful. Just had his arm around the head of Dean Gwynn. And again, Hartpury can clear through Reese Price. Will Rue takes that under not a lot of pressure, makes his way through some traffic. I see quite a few have opted for the old double pint cups today. They look like trouble for me.
I bet they would be. I think half the crowd would only need two, and it would be trouble out here. But we're lucky we got some good brothers in the mix. Tom Reynolds, you know, is down from London. Hi Jev, and there's a lot of back home, you know, keeping the peace.
How far's Fishies from here then? Is it a walk or a taxi?
I wouldn't know. I'd like to plead the fifth on that one. I actually have never. I have been a couple of times, but it's about a 5-minute walk. It's just Second Bridge it is.
Okay. Second Bridge. Bath go in search of a second try. Ah, blood. That's what we're stopping for. And I'd imagine an enjoyable breather for everybody as well, because it is tough going out there in the wet. No score yet in the second half, 7-21. It's round 4 of BUCS Super Rugby. What's the capacity then? Because there's 8,000 here. There's not 8,000 getting into that club, surely.
When we played, I think it was 2 years ago. It was like the first big Fishies, and they tried to ram that to the brim. I lasted about 20 minutes, half hour, and I had to go. I thought I was still in a mall from the game. I'd say they'd sell a few good 100 tickets, like.
Owen Popple on for Hartpury. England under 19 tight head. It's all about Bath at the moment. Little ball inside, a fire. Doesn't have a lot of space. Beddle makes the tackle. He's been everywhere tonight, Harry Beddle. Ainsworth Cave. Oh, another good shot, this time on Tom Hilton. And Hartpury stacking that defence, narrow. Ball whipped there to Will Root, didn't give him much chance. George Dole actually apologises. Hurled it at him. Now a little dart up the middle. Now is there some space on the right-hand side here? Connor Treacy. He's been one of the top performers for the boys in blue. Griffin nearly bursting through. Offloads to Max Mayer. Mayer into the 22. And Bath on the front foot. Rue out of the back. Ball across to George Dole. Dole looks for an offload. Doesn't need it. Pumps the legs. And Bath getting some go forward at last. Little chip in behind. There's a shallow dead ball here. And that ball will be restarted from the 22.
It's just that sort of tempo that I think Bath need to try and get on top of Hartpury. I think if you play into Hartpury's game, they'll beat you. So you know, it's keeping on top of the tempo. Those line breaks, the little offload by Alfie Griffin, then Doley had a good chance to get in there, and then we play on top. So yeah, but all credit to Hartpury in the first half. I thought they were absolutely fantastic at controlling the game. I thought the unorthodox sort of kicking style probably threw a couple of the younger back line off their sort of tempo sort of thing. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half, I'll be honest.
It's not a particularly forgiving dead ball area here for those kind of little grubber kicks, is there?
No, but I think penalty advantage. Well, I thought it was a penalty advantage, to be honest, but obviously not. But yeah, I'd say it's a poor decision then. If you've got a penalty kick to come, try whatever. You know, we can always go back, but I'd say that's a poor decision when we're just on top, and you know, try and give it away. But you know, they have to kick to us, and hopefully keep the tempo going up.
They're the Jets, are they, the cheerleaders?
Yeah. They play a big part in varsity and this game. Other than that, we don't really see them, to be honest. I'd assume some of the heartbreakers on the team might see them, but me definitely not.
That sounds like a lie to me, but anyway, Jack Woods has hoisted that one high, chases his own kick and gets to Corbin Smith first. Good work from both fullbacks. Again, another kick, and if this gets a good bounce, this could be a beauty. Oh, back goes Tom Hughes. Well played, that man. There's Wilf McCarthy giving chase for Hartpury. And this one is going up. The spiral bomb. Corbin Smith after it. Corbin Smith making the tackle. Brilliant work. Forcing the knock on. And that is some kick. We love a spiral bomb, especially on a night like tonight.
The unorthodox kick in. You know, he's nearly on his halfway line. Looks at the ball, Cullen, and sends it up there, and he's always got like chasers coming after them. Hartpury have been doing it for a long while. That's been their sort of play style. They'll send it up, and they've always got someone breathing down your neck, and they're playing to the conditions, and that's exactly what you got to do. But you know, this is a tough scrum to try and beat.
Options both ways. They've got two stacked to the right, three to the left, then two men in behind, but it's Bath ball here and a fire. Tries to go around the outside, not a lot of space for him. But a few times Bath have managed to upset this Hartpury set piece. Well, as this penalty is about to go to touch, I'd like to give a big shout out to Burnsy, not with us tonight. When you say not with us tonight, it makes it sound like he's dead. He's not dead. He's just having the night off, and he's going to be back with us for that Hartpury double header in a couple of weeks' time. That's going to be an absolute cracker, a massive night at Kingsholm to come off the back of a massive night here at the Rec. Non-stop occasions. That's a bit closer to Llanelli as well, Zach. You should come down.
What, Hartpury?
No, Gloucesterman. Come on.
I was going to say it wouldn't be seen dead in Hartpury. No, Gloucester's all right. I may come down. I'm a pretty busy man at the moment, so you're lucky you got both me and Griff here.
I feel very lucky indeed. Here come Bath. Christian Streeter on that short line. Dole again over the gain line. Try scorer Alfie Griffin. Oh, Claudius Wheeler, the quiche merchant.
If we're talking about Claude's eating habits, I'll have to add something. The guy is a mutant. Absolute beast. The best I've ever seen in the gym, and he's in unbelievable nick. And I say, Claude, what are you eating, mate? I could do with... look at the size of him on your screen, guys. His quads are coming out your TV. I said, what do you eat? He said, I'll have a kilo of mince when I get in. I said... Yeah, all right. I'll have half a kilo of rice and an onion. I said, any spices? No. I'll just have it as it is. And if you want to look like that, guys, that's what it takes. I think he'll be going for Mr. Olympia next year if he graduates.
I'll tell you what, he's fueling himself that way, but I wouldn't want to share a car with him for long.
No, he bore you to death as well. No, he's a good, very good kid. I got a lot of love for Claude, and we've had some good battles in the scrum.
Bath ball in the 22. Looking for a try to close the gap on this scoreboard at the Rec. Look at this scrum as well.
It's the mince and rice coming into play here. That's an absolutely great outcome for Bath there. Absolutely fantastic. If you wanted to be a bit greedy here, you'd pick scrum again and test your luck, but we're right under the post. 21-7, 21-10 if everything goes well. Yeah, here we go. We're going scrum time again. And Max Pierce called me 2-3 days ago. I've learned about the Pontypool front row. Well, he must have been watching videos before he went to bed, because this is an absolutely fantastic set piece at the minute.
I love that that's a reference point as well. They have gone for the scrum. Bath smell blood in the front row. We do not see this happen to a Hartpury team very often. Wheeler, Pearson, Griffin getting one up on Bellamy, Williams and Minnis. It's going forward again.
That's honestly.
And someone's going to the bin.
Honestly, I credit to absolutely every... There you go, there's the yellow, there's the cheese, as the ultras are calling it. Every one of them, Griffin's unbelievable, sticking in there, not doing anything stupid, waiting for Big Claude to do everything. We're going scrum again. This is an absolute Mark Lilly special, Saturday special.
Harrison Bellamy walking towards the Bath Ultras. Getting perhaps the warmest welcome to a stand he'll ever get. I've got Zach Giannini and Archie Griffin, two tight heads next to me, screaming scrum again.
I give him a bit of wave on his way out as well. To be honest, a yellow card's never the best thing for a prop in distress, but yeah. Are you better on the bench or are you better in the scrum?
Well, they are going for a scrum again. This is fascinating, isn't it? We've got a new loose head on here. Tom Hill is coming on, ex-Bath Academy, which is fascinating. On a ground he knows so well, but if he paints a better picture for the referee here and Hartpury come away with the penalty. Oh, this is the game of chess that we love.
It's a game of, I think, damage mitigation now for Hartpury. New loose head that comes on.
Well,
paint a good picture, but is there a canvas left to paint on?
You're a tight head by trade, but I've seen you on the loose head before. If you're coming into an environment like this and you need to scrum, in fact, we're going to come to this because I've got a great story about you. The ball is in. It looks a slightly more solid scrum. They're being told to use it, and they're going to have to. Oh, there's a hand on that by Harry Beddle. Knock on only, says the referee.
Before I hope you give a glowing reference on me, I'm going to say 2 penalties given in the scrum, and then as soon as we get the go forward on, you say use it as a referee. There's a bit of grey area there. There's 2 pens that happen. they're obviously going to go for it again. And, you know, to say use it quite quickly, I think it's going back on the 2 pens and the yellow card you've just given out.
Principality Stadium. Final, you're playing for Neath, the scrum's in trouble, you come on at tight head, you win the penalty. I remember it very, very well, so do you.
Yeah, it was a good day, great day. Principality, first game for Neath. Pat Hogan and his son Ellis. Ellis went to uni here, fantastic player at Abravan RFC now. And I needed a couple of games, I came back off the back of injury shock, and I needed a couple of games. And I said, Ellis, any games for Neath going? Yeah, we got a cup final, but then 2 after. So don't get your hopes. Oh, fine. I not lying, hand on my heart, Sunday night, week before the final, Pat said, you're playing the Millennium. And I trained Monday, Friday, we played Sunday, and the rest is history. And, you know, Neath will hold a special place in my heart for it.
But you come in this position that Tom Hill's in now. The scrum is a wreck. There's been a card. How do you approach that?
Just don't do anything stupid. Like it's how I approach life, to be honest.
Are you sure?
I hope so. It's a free kick here. This is an absolute mess. It is an absolute mess. But Ian's just going to go and play.
Ian Davis on his bike. Will Rue takes over. Lovely bit of footwork here. Needs a pass, needs an option. It's a great ball. And now it's a chance for Tom Hughes to cut inside. Still Tom Hughes sliding forward in the rain. Great start to Bath to this second half, but they need some points. 13 pointless minutes. Treacy, so strong in the carry. Still Treacy just short. Who's next to go? Ainsworth caves there. So many red bodies slowing this ball down. Something they've done so well, Hartpury. Can they do it well enough to keep Bath out? No, they cannot. It's a second try for Bath. The gap closes.
Harry Breeze.
And Harry Breeze out of the sin bin onto the scoreboard. It's Bath 12, Hartpury 21.
Pressure into points wins your games. And after the series of scrums, if you came away with no points, we're in trouble, I think. Hartpury are very much under the cosh now. I'd say, you know, tired legs. Kepu Tupolotto's just come on for Bath as well, and he's an absolute injection of pace and power. Hat-trick last game. This is a serious game I think we've got on our hands.
Well, if this kick goes over, it's a 1-score game. And it is on. Hartpury still down to 14. They managed to kill a few minutes with the reset scrums. Will Rue, all the Hartpury supporters behind that goal he's kicking towards. But it has not put him off. 2 points for Rue, 14 points for Bath. There's 7 in it here at the Rec.
Bit of patience, it's all it takes around the try line. Don't do anything stupid. My life motto again. And, you know, bit of patience. Keep the 9 as far away as possible, as I'd like it. Ian's she's shushing them off, making sure we are on wide, but it's not needed. Pick and go, speed, and we're over the line.
Well, that's bounced straight up to Hartpury, who went straight back into the Bath 22. And they win the penalty. Well, the kickoff bounced. And it bounced up into Hartpury hands, and they're on the front foot immediately. Ewan Pearce-Jones has come on for Hartpury. Another one who's around the 3-second mark in that 22-metre sprint test. Newport RFC, Wales Sevens player. I tell you what, it's not getting any drier, is it?
No, once it starts down here, it never seems to stop.
Important line out here, up go Bath, and they've managed to pinch that. That's an excellent take. It was Max Mayer, wasn't it? Daeon Gwynn giving away the penalty.
That's absolutely fantastic for Bath now. You know, we're in a bit of trouble. Go to the corner, steal the line out, get our own pen, get us out of trouble, get us out of jail.
Now, I don't like to bite the hand that feeds me, and anyone who knows me, anyone who watches these live streams, knows that I love BUCS and BUCS Super Rugby. Great guys, every single one of them, but At the start of this season, they were very excited because they said we were going to have BUCS umbrellas. Well, I haven't seen one yet, and I'd really like to.
I think for this league where it takes you Swansea, Cardiff, Bath,
Durham,
Durham,
Leeds,
you know,
Hartpury.
I'll start selling them for Fire a Pop and try and make a bit of money out of it. But yeah, it'd be a great idea.
Yeah, because we're going to be going down to the pitch to get some post-match reaction. Just a reminder, Zach, that you and Archie are going to be picking the BUCS Super Rugby player of the match tonight. We'll get that decision from you closer to the end of the game. Here's Keelan Cullen. He kicks a lovely spiral. Neil Jenkins-esque. He's going to have another go here is Cullen. All the time in the world. This one's going to go up. Bath have got a bit more time here because he hasn't chased that kick. Cheeky left-footed grubber. Oh, and a kick over the top. Where's this going to bounce? Hughes is back. And eventually, the sanctuary of the touchline is found.
If anyone thinks what you've just seen is boring, I can kind of agree. But there is method behind the madness. There's a lot of method behind the madness. You see the best teams in the world doing it. South Africa, kick, and pressure and set piece. Mark Lilly and Ryan Davis and Aaron James changed the way we played, and we played like this. And I was falling asleep in sessions, probably not doing enough. But you quickly learn how to play like it.
Chewy Pilotu, first carry for him, and it's a successful one. The leg drive for the young hooker. Davis gets quick ball to work with, straight out to the edge. That's a great snaffle. Just see some surface water starting to settle as well. Raf Weston's on at outside half, the Bath Academy boy. And then George Dole, it goes out of the back of him, back inside. It's nice work from Bath. Oh, this time, Bezel. Guilty.
To be fair, he was due a guilty one. He's done fantastic in the breakdown area.
What are you doing here then? Poles or corner?
Scrum. Only one thing I'm doing. We're going for a scrum again, but yeah, I'd want a bit of a better kick, but yeah, you'll have to go. I would personally go scrum and then corner.
So Raf Weston there, who's kicked that ball to touch. What about his broken back?
So I've only heard whispers. I spoke to him a little bit. I saw him about 4 weeks after it happened. He was walking his dog, and apparently he was absolute awful. But you know, it's fantastic to see him back out playing. Like a broken back is a massive thing. Like so, you know, yeah, it's nice to see him out playing. But I've only heard stories.
Chewy Pilotu needs to find his man, and does. That man is Ainsworth Cave, and Bath making their way towards the line here, getting momentum. It just starts to slow. Ian Davis calling in the extras. The extras are added, and Bath going in search of try number 3. They're over. It's Kepu Tui Pilotu. He can't stop scoring, and Bath are right back in the game.
A game of two halves so far. We approach the halfway into the second half, and it's been nothing but Bath. But Hartpury, there's some serious red alarm going now. What would I do? I wouldn't have a clue, and I'm glad it's not me having to come back from a 3-try streak. All credit to Bath, they've been absolutely fantastic this second half. And I think the thrashing in the change room would have done them a world of good.
Silence falls, because this is the kick to level the game. Rue. He's 2 from 2 from the tee. 3 from 3. Gives one of these teams 20 minutes to win it. Up go the flags. Level goes the scoreboard. Bath 21, Hartpury 21.
Fair play. I would have thought Hartpury would have contested a bit more in the air, and they didn't, and they needed a bit of a better shove. And again, the rolling maul. Once you get rolling, you're gonna struggle stopping it. Everyone piling in. You see number 12 piling in there, and it's easy as you like. Try for that man Kepu again.
Right, let's swap you out then. Quarter of the game to go. Zach, don't go anywhere because we need you to help with the player of the match decision. Archie, step back in. The game is in a very, very different spot to what it was when we last spoke.
Yeah, we seem to have started the second half a lot better than we started the first half. I was just about to say discipline was going our way, but penalties.
Well, what do you do here then? Don't say scrum. You're Hartpury. You've conceded 21 unanswered points, and there's the chance to get 3 on the board here. Is that going through your mind?
I think the 3 is definitely going through my mind, but at the same time, I imagine they'll be trying to get that bonus point.
Well, absolutely. They can still win this game, but of course the key in BUCS Super Rugby is never to leave empty-handed.
Fresh hooker on though. We'll see if he's got a good throw out of him for his first one.
Well, Kepu is 1 from 1. And that looks an excellent kick. And with that, Hartpury are back up to 15 as well.
We've also got big old Enoch coming on the pitch. He's a 140, 150 keg player coming on in the back row. He's new this season, Bath Rugby scholar. He apparently has to have custom-made shorts and top. That's why he's got no number on the back of his shirt. He is an absolute unit coming on for the D in the power zone.
Yeah, this is Enoch Yamfiapoku in the black jersey, and he is thick with many C's at the end. He is one of the sports scholars. Very excited to see how his rugby goes, and Hartpury.
That's a very good sack.
Very excited to see how this visit to the red zone goes. James Randall, the fresh hooker, gives away the penalty. Yeah, there's lots of chat around Enoch, isn't there? Milton Keynes RFC is where he's come from.
Just the usual comment is you can't coach size,
yeah.
And he is an absolute weapon.
And on a night like tonight as well, where tackles are a little bit more difficult to make, grip is a little bit more difficult to get, then mass moves mass. That is a frustrating end for Hartpury. Fairly routine 3 points would have put them back into the lead. Interesting, isn't it? They were really clinical in the first half, Bath weren't, and I think being behind on the scoreboard does that to you. Perhaps they made that decision on tilt a little bit.
I think going for the points there would have been a sensible decision, especially on a night like this.
Well, believe it or not, the rain has eased up a little bit. It's still absolutely hosing it down. It's just not quite as heavy as it was.
Still the brothers out in full flow,
yeah,
and in the rain.
So soaked through. It's no good for your mullet either, is it, mate?
No, I'm glad I'm up here, to be honest. I'm sure that fishies afterwards is going to stink of wet dog, though.
Here we go. First carry, and that is a chop tackle by James Randall, right in the spokes, and stopping the man at source. Just hear the excitement around the ground the first time he got his hands on the ball, though. Big chase.
That is a perfect tackle.
And he just put the anchors on there.
That is unbelievable. Momentum going our way, one pen after another, slowly working our way up the pitch.
When it's changed, the pendulum swinging back the way of Bath. Just have a look at this chase here, the way he's put the brakes on just before contact.
That is perfect. He's referenced the ball, got his timing spot on, and then the Jackalers come in.
Oh, Bath are going to go for the poles here.
Sensible decision. Just what I said.
You trying to say that you're the voice of reason?
Well, no, I'm just glad they said they're doing what I said, otherwise I would have looked a bit stupid.
Well, cast your mind back. Hartpury 7-0, 14-0, 21-0, 21-7, 21-14, 21-21. Will Rue, 6 points to his name, 3 conversions. This penalty to put Bath into the lead for the first time tonight. sends it on its way. He likes it, the crowd like it, and Bath lead at the Rec. It's 24-21.
The Hartpury corner seems to be very quiet, while the brothers seem to be up in full throw, pulling their beers about.
They're throwing their pints about. That is making zero difference to those
Yeah, I was
boys
just
at the
about to
front.
say, nobody can tell anything anyway.
If someone threw like a Bovril or a hot chocolate to warm them up, you know what I mean? Good take. Oh, good chase as well. There's something Hartpury have done really well tonight, is chase the kickoff.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the first kickoff. They haven't gone heavy at the breakdown.
Why do you think that is?
Again, I would have said a mindset thing. They came out the blocks absolutely swinging at everything, off the line, big shots, going for the ball, and it just seems to have slowed down with the progression of the game.
It's Corbin Smith with a good take. Just a little glimpse of those dazzling feet that he's got, but as he was tackled, you could see all the surface water. Huge credit to Bath Rugby. They've done a great job on this surface. Looks very playable, but there's only so much it can take. Oh, another Bath penalty. And Hartpury in real danger of not giving themselves any opportunity to get back into this game.
They were just starting to build it as well, but again, the penalties just set you back. It's the exact same thing that was happening to Bath in the first half. You build so hard to get the meters, and then penalty happens, sets you back another 40 meters. I'm hoping to see a big crash ball from Enoch here.
Give the people what they want.
That is exactly what they want. He seems to be set in the 10 channel. Now he's moving further wide now.
Right on the 22. Another try would guarantee them a bonus point. It's Breeze who takes it. Mayer's a bit upright in there, but the ball's secure at the back. Tui Pelotu's got it, hands it off to Ian Davis, and here's the big man. Takes that ball, pretty much standing still. Still eases his way over the gain line. Bath keeping it narrow.
There he is, the quiche man.
Keeping it tight. And Alfie Griffin, it was his try that started the comeback. Kiamfi Opoku, and he steps aside for this one. It'll be Tui Pelotu. Another man renowned for his big carries, and look at Hartpury straight over that ball.
It's just gone to the opposite now with what I was talking about in the first half. Hartpury were so in with the threat over the ball that we're now so worried about it. We seem to be going off our feet, so we just need to get the balance right. It's good to see Raf Weston back. He's just had like 8-9 months out with a spine injury after breaking his back in a friendly game with Bath. So it's good to see him back on the pitch for the brothers.
We were talking about this, and Zach was giving us some detail. It sounds, sounds pretty brutal. Incredible recovery from him.
And it's a dedication from him as well, because that for some people you would stop playing rugby, but
yeah,
he absolutely loves the game and did everything he could to get back.
Change in the front row. Aidan Ainsworth Cave, Henry Mountford coming on.
Alfie Griffin has had an outstanding game.
Yes.
His scrum time has been unbelievable. I do want to say I helped do some coaching one-on-one with him, so I'm going to take a little bit of the credit for that.
Oh, you certainly can.
And a try from him as well, so he could be my man of the match is what I would say.
What a shot from Enoch Kiamfi Opoku. Dishes up James Randall, but Hartpury with their hands on the ball. We're 10 minutes out. There's a penalty advantage here for Hartpury, and a big, an illegal.
Yeah, I think he was
part of the ruck.
Over the ball. Too far in front. Couldn't pick it up
so you and Zach are going to put your heads together in a minute. I want a list of nominees from both teams. And then on about 75 minutes, we'll have your nominees, and then closer to the end, we can. no rush. You can't take that too far, Zach, because I need it. So. Right then, is the momentum swinging back in Hartpury's favour? Have they weathered the storm? And can they build inside the Bath 22? Another score here would put them into the lead and also guarantee them a try bonus point. Massive moments. James Randall. Oh, again, Bath have got a hand on it.
Kepu running into the ref there.
Yeah, not even he can tackle him. It's a good clear out as well.
Quick hands.
Is there some space here? There might well be. Away go Bath. Jack Woods back inside. Look at the splash on the puddle. James Pavey.
You knock off ref here, come on.
Oh, it's been knocked on. But a great exit from Bath. And if this game finishes 24-21, then that has largely come down to Bath's line-outs inside their own 22 on Hartpury throws. They've been outstanding.
The D has been outstanding, and I would have to go and say that Bath's maul has actually improved tremendously in this second half. They've actually managed to get the ball to the back cleanly and get a good drive on.
But it will be Hartpury ball. There are tired bodies out there. There is space out there. So it's Raf Weston at stand-off now. And Will Rue wearing 10, defending at 12. And these reset scrums, with the scoreboard as it is and the clock as it is, they're only suiting one team, and it's the brothers in blue. Just a reminder that our clock is not linked in with the referee's watch, and there have been a few stoppages in this second half, so with that in mind, when the clock gets red, if you're a Bath fan, don't get too excited. If you're a Hartpury fan, don't get too disheartened. There might be a little while left. At the short side go Hartpury. Oh, that's a gamble.
Into the puddle.
And Archie Friend coughs up the ball, and that is the one area you need a snorkel if you're going to go to ground there. Penny for the thoughts of the Bath ground staff. Who's that over there? Is it Harry Breeze? Keep your eye on number 6 here, Harry Breeze, off the back of this scrum. Starts to spin like a Ninja Turtle. There he goes. 1, 2, 3.
He's getting ready for fishies later. That's an exile if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it is moist out there. Kepu Pelotu though, he can take all the time in the world.
That's a great ball. That's a great ball.
Ainsworth Cave, he came on in the first half at the time of the yellow card. He's made a real big difference. This is a lovely ball for Bath. There's a hand on that. Well, the referee and the AR have missed it. I think it might be getting called in now, is it? No. Big knock on to kill the momentum. And now it comes. Oh, lovely ball.
Oh, lovely inside ball. Oh, there's no way. There's no way.
Referees called that as forward.
I think he might have stopped it because of a little scrap, I think.
Kepu Pelotu though, explosive.
That was a great line. Kepu was playing tremendously well. Oh, yellow card. Exactly as I said, it was for a little scrap that was going on, but I think you should let it play on.
Well, let's see what the incident's for.
I think it's on Enoch here. Yeah, just goes back in at him.
Well, I've got a break in play then. and the game 24-21. Let's have your list of nominees for the player of the match, please. Who's impressed you from both sides?
To be honest, I've been impressed by the 7 Bedell on Hartpury side. He's been putting a lot of poachers in, stopping a lot of Bath's momentum in the 22. I think their 10 as well has been doing really well. Cullen, I think he's been seeing the space. But for Bath, I think the whole front row has been doing outstandingly well. And I think Rue has also been doing really well, getting the slots in under pressure.
Oh, I thought you were going to give us your player of the match.
No,
then.
I wasn't. I'm keeping it to myself.
Look at the front row union, sticking up for the front row union. But yep, so the nominees then: Harry Bedell, Keelan Cullen have had outstanding games, and as has Will Rue and the Bath front row. So we'll let these next few phases play out, and then we'll have your official player of the match. To the front they go again. Tui Pelotu up the short side. Takes Carl McGee for a ride. Bath are in the 22, but Hartpury have managed to pinch that ball, charge down, and that exit just got a whole lot harder.
Kepu firing up the brothers there. He is a try-scoring merchant from the last game. He scored a try from that exact position in that exact play last week. I've seen him this week in training, practicing with Luke Charteris up on the poles. He's a big man as well, so he's been getting his line out right, and it has been going extremely well for him today.
Oh, Luke Charteris, what a player in his day.
Amazing bloke.
Saw a one-handed charge down there, and they're a collector's item. Oh, Bath nearly pinching that again, but Bedell does so well. Well worthy of his player of the match nomination. Oh, lovely footwork. Absolutely excellent. And a quite brilliant clearance kick as well. Sends Tom Hughes all the way back. Big chase coming. Hughes needs to be careful.
Should have given that there. I think it was wide open.
Well, he had 3 decisions there, didn't he? Kick, pass or carry. He chose carry, and it might have been the worst of the 3. But there could be some space here.
Kepu on the inside.
For Breeze. Now Tui Pelotu.
Breezy on the outside.
He's got a 2-on-1. Another touch for Tui Pelotu. Incredible stuff!
Oh, he got the offload away.
Ian Davis scores for Bath.
I said he's getting the fans ready.
Champagne moment, and Bath win it, and win it big.
He's getting the fans ready. He was bigging up the fans there. As I said, he's a try-scoring merchant, setting that up. It's come from nowhere, whole pitch. That is outstanding.
Well, we love second touches, but 2 players getting second touches in the same attack. And then Ian Davis doing what all good 9s do on that trailing line. It's the bonus point, it's the victory. It's just about the perfect night here at the Rec. And after this conversion from Will Rue, we get to relive it. But what a score.
That was brilliant. Ian Davis has done really well following the ball there. And they've just seen the space. Offloads have been incredible. First off from Claudius Wheeler, then Harry Breeze and Kepu doing unbelievably well between each other.
All right then. It's 29-21. Not only is it the bonus point for Bath, at the moment, Hartpury empty-handed. Will they have a restart to try and get a bonus point from this game?
Well, if they start the way they have for all restarts, I think they might have a chance. But the last one, they didn't do too well. So we'll see.
Here's Rue. It's good. What a night with the boot he's had. 11 points, 31-21. Let's take a look at this, the moment of the night.
Breezy's done well to draw him in there. Kepu's doing unbelievably well. Double pump here. He's given it, and he's still there for the offload. This offload here is unbelievable. Ian just giving the comms, and then Kepu doing all ears to the fans. He knows what he's done.
31-21. It's not over yet. It might be over in terms of the result, but Hartpury still with something to play for. A try here, and they pick up 2 bonus points. A penalty, they pick up 1 bonus point. And after the first half they had, and they'll feel they deserve something. They have got a penalty. 31 unanswered points from Bath. Outstanding.
They've got to go for the points here and then hope for a quick try afterwards, because if they go for the points, and then they can build to make themselves into a try and hopefully get a draw. But if they go for the try here, they might not get it, and then they're way behind.
Who is your BUCS Super Rugby player of the match?
Well, me and Zach have been talking, and we're going to have to give it to Alfie Griffin. He's had an outstanding game. He's been scrummaging out of his socks, and then the try from the beginning, he's just done unbelievably well. I think the whole front row, if I could give it to them, I would give it to them. Kepu has been playing unbelievably well coming off the bench. Max Pierce has had an outstanding game, and the quiche man himself, Claudius Wheeler, has also had a great game, but I'm going to have to give it to Alfie Griffin.
Here's the penalty for the losing bonus point. Hartpury will feel they deserve something from this game, maybe more than 1 point, but this sent on its way to try and rescue something. Up go the flags. Oh, and we will restart. 31-24. And there is still time on the clock. And Cullen, ice cold there. And if you can take your partisan cap off for a second, the way Hartpury played, particularly in the first half, it would be quite a sadness for them to leave empty-handed.
That is completely true. I thought they played unbelievably well. To go 21 unanswered points in the first half against Bath, home at the Rec, is something to be proud of.
Well, can they get some more? Well, that is out. There must still be time on the clock, otherwise that wouldn't have gone out on the full. Owen Popple makes his way over in the red jersey. Oh, Fishies is going to be flying tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I see my friend Archie Friend there. They call him the Roach. He can survive in any situation, and I know he thrives at Fishies.
He'll be there doing the Harry Breeze backspin, I've got no doubt. Kepu Tuipulotu, try scorer, try assister. Can't quite find his darts. Harry Beddle on the ball, bumps off Jacob Yates, the replacement loosehead.
That has got to be from Enoch. Oh, tough.
Right then, penalty advantage. Can they pick up an unlikely draw? That's been knocked on by Max Knight. To the corner. Hartpury are going to go here. What a game. What a finale. I love BUCS Super Rugby.
Yeah, this is the opportunity they needed, bringing themselves back into the game. Hopefully for them to get a draw and Bath to keep them out.
Well, we've got history of draws in the BUCS Super Rugby live streams. Already this season we've had Durham versus Nottingham, and last season Durham against Loughborough as well finished in a draw. If Hartpury could pull this out of the bag here, 10 points when we thought the game was done and dusted, this would be some comeback. James Randall has it at the back. Here comes Matt Hillary. He's had a relentless performance as well. Hillary scored that brilliant pickup try in the first half, and this is about as composed as the Maulers look for Hartpury. Certainly in this second half. Carl McGee with his hands on the ball. Here come the backs. Oh, it's nervy now for Bath. Here's LaRue, chopped down. Bath not committing to that breakdown at all. Beddle with another close range snipe. Penalty advantage. Hartpury will have another go. Will they need it? Oh, the post protector rescuing Bath. If the try goes over here, surely it's a draw. They're over! Oh my goodness! Hartpury with the kick to tie, with the clock in the red. The most dramatic end here at the Rec. Stunning resolve, stunning character, and one kick away from a stunning comeback.
If this goes over, I'm never commentating again because I think I am cursed.
It has gone over.
I think the game is still going on.
And the game is still live. It's Bath 31, Hartpury 31. We will get a restart. An anniversary game for the ages.
Hartpury have done really well there. They've brought themselves back into the game. They've played on top, stayed on top, quick ball, got the advantage after the ref has said arms away, and then just stayed on top of Bath.
Well, what are you doing now? Are you contesting this restart? Are you kicking it deep and looking for an error? How are you playing this?
I think from what I heard from the ref, he said there was little time on the clock. You've got to go for it to be short and contestable.
Are we going to roll the dice, or are they going to play it safe? Christian Streeter back on the pitch. Needs to be a clean catch. Is a clean catch. Oh, Bath wondering whether or not there might have been an obstruction there. And Hartpury have seen enough. What a game. What a game. Bath were down and out in the first half. Hartpury were down and out with minutes to go. It finishes honours even. A bonus point draw in the anniversary game. Bath's undefeated record in this fixture remains, but the draw a slight blemish. Brilliant character from Hartpury, brilliant comeback from Bath, and it finishes Bath 31, Hartpury 31. 8,000 supporters, and very difficult to know what they've made of it. I'm sure wherever you've been watching around the world, you have made it an incredible game. Well, the dry robes are going on from the fans. We're going to have a look at the tries here. Plenty to go through. And this was the first one from Hartpury. Oscar Wilson scored it. And it was a great start from the men in red. And at this point, Bath looked like they were in trouble.
Yeah, as I said again, 21 unanswered points is something to be extremely proud of. And if they didn't come away with anything at the end, it would have been very surprising.
Well, this was the second try. Good old-fashioned maul. What I will say is stick with us after this, because we're going to try and make our way down to the pitch to get some post-match reaction, but we're right at the back of the stand, and 8,000 people are trying to leave one stand, so we might have to crowd surf. Anyway, that was the second try. This was the third one. It was a lovely kick. It was a speculator, but Matt Hillary, I mean, what a take.
That take is unbelievable. He's put the pressure on, looking to charge down, and he's just in the right place at the right time. But again, the skill from him to pick that up is incredible.
This was the last score before half-time. The player of the match, Alfie Griffin, getting on the scoreboard. But this was the front row link-up, and you really enjoyed Wheeler, Pearce and Griffin tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I loved all of them here, especially because they've done all individual carries, and then Max Pearce here, instead of taking it himself, has given it to Alfie Griffin for the try.
Just changing that point of contact. That was converted, and that took us through to half-time. It was 21-7. And then for a little while, it was all Bath. For all the rugby they played, it was the close proximity boys that did the business. Keep your eye on Harry Breeze, because he got over. He's another one who had an excellent game tonight, even with the yellow card.
Yeah, he did. He as I said before, exile boy, so got to be proud of him. And the Ninja Turtle spinning as well.
If you can get him to do that later in his ones, then fair play. But here he is, burrowing his way over. Harry Beddle for attention then. He had a great game as well, didn't he, Beddle?
Yeah, he was a jackal merchant, I've got to say. He stopped Bath in their tracks over and over again.
Now watch Tui Pelotu here. That takes him up to 4 tries in 2 games after his hat-trick last week. But he was in the armchair off the back of some pretty serious work. There was a bit of a headlock going on there. I think if we'd had TMO, we might have had a look at that. Tui Pelotu goes over from short range. Then this was the moment where we thought that Bath had won it with a quite brilliant try.
Again, I just like to look at Kepu after he's passed the offload, going to the fans, both hands on ears, saying, "What's going on? Here we go."
Oh, slid it in as well. I'll tell you what, nearly got taken out there by Kyle McGee as well. But you could see what splashed up there, and I guarantee you it wasn't rain. What a brilliant try. And at that point, Hartpury, we thought, were dead and buried. It was 31-21, but they stood in that huddle there. What do you think the emotions are after a game like that?
I think it's a tough moment for the coaches, because obviously they started really well, but then to come all the way back and Bath to be ahead after all of that is something not to be proud of. But then to grit through and get that try at the very end, as you've got to be proud at some moments, but at the same time there's bits to work on for both teams.
Well, stick with us because we're going to make our way down to the pitch, but we have got some elbows to sharpen to get through there. Before that, we're going to have a look at the try that Hartpury scored that drew them level. Again, this was so gutsy from them, wasn't it? Going from dead and buried to having that little flicker of belief and then the composure here in the 22 to make it happen.
Yeah, here they get the advantage and then they just go quick. They just go speed, speed, speed and get the try. Quick ball here.
And then it was full commitment to go over. The conversion went over, and that was all she wrote. Bath 31, Hartpury 31. Archie, Zach, been an absolute pleasure. Let's try and get down to the pitch. Oh, before that, we're going to have a look what's in the box.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's just got sexier.
I haven't got a feel on it at all.
You know exactly what it is.
Hello, I'm Bernsey.
I'm Dave Rogers.
And I'm about to find out what's in D. Rogers' box.
And I'm nervous.
Okay, can I open my eyes now?
Yeah.
Oh, right. See, I've gone reach around style.
Hello, mate.
That's you.
That's Bernsey's hand, yeah.
That's a boot.
That's a boot. What size?
Well, I don't know. 10.
9. Size 9 boot.
Oh, there we go. It's a boot. It's a boot. Size 8.
US size 9. Oh, I know what this is. You got it?
Is it a kiwi fruit?
I think it's a kiwi fruit. Kiwi fruit?
Oh.
Cheers.
Undefeated. Do you open your eyes when you do this? I've just kept it closed. Is there one of these for us to share? I mean,
it's ticklish.
Feels like a check you do in the showers to make sure that you. I mean, like it's like an elasticy. I mean, does this thing have a name? Does it have a specific name?
I feel like I'm getting in the vague area.
Yeah. What would you call that?
Like a stress toy?
Yeah. Yeah, we get it. We get
okay.
It. Let's have a look.
Oh, there it is. Ooh. Oh yeah. It's just got sexier.
I haven't got a feel on it at all.
You know exactly what it is. It's your favourite emoji.
You do the honour.
What's
take
your
the
go?
honour.
Do you call it an eggplant?
Do not call it an eggplant. It's an aubergine.
An aubergine.
An aubergine. We're not Americans. By the way, when my hand isn't in the box, I've got it behind my back like I'm a waiter.
I've got mine in my pocket because I don't want to. Oh no.
Oh man, it's slime. It's some sort of slime or jelly.
It's jelly, isn't it?
Is it jelly?
I think it's strawberry jelly.
Is it jelly?
Oh, you've taken it out of the pot.
You forced me down that alley. Jelly. It has to.
It's strawberry.
It's jelly. It's jelly. Smell your fingers.
Smell your fingers.
We can confirm. Can confirm, jelly. I do love a bit of jelly, though. Can I eat it?
Come
Have
on.
other people's fingers been in there? Okay. It's a fresh one.
That is a fresh one. I promise.
Sit off.
Oh, I trust you, Dave.
Welcome to BUCS Super Rugby Media Day. This is Behind the Scenes. Good?
Yeah, good.
Right then.
No, olive oil. Extra virgin organic.
Good job is we're very professional. We've been doing this for a long time now. It's time to raise the game. It's time to raise the game. Probably. Come on, mate. Waiting upstairs to talk about Hartpury.
We've got two men of the people here stood in the rain, but first of all, we're going to get a reaction from a man with an umbrella. What a night at the Rec.
Unbelievable. To be honest, I love watching uni rugby because it's good to see the boys playing with so much freedom, trying things, and like conditions are horrible tonight, but some unbelievable rugby on show.
Yeah, certainly is. Right, I just wanted to get you in there because you thought you were going to walk past and get away with it, but you were on your way to do something good. Great to see you. Let's talk to a man of the match, because nights like this were made for men like you, and that looked like a hell of an 80 minutes.
Yeah, it was tough. I lost it in the last 5, but very proud of the boys for coming back, going up 10 points, but unfortunately we couldn't seal it off.
Well, you were 21 points down, at which point we were up there in the commentary box. We had Archie Griffin, we had Zach Giannini. They had their heads in their hands, but you got yourself over just before half-time, and you really, really dug in, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good to get a try, first try of the season, so quite happy with that. And yeah.
How was it out there, and particularly in the second half then? Because when you got momentum, you had the brothers there, they're soaking wet through. You had 8,000 people cheering you on. That must have felt pretty special tonight.
Yeah, the crowd was really good. It kept us in it, and when the momentum was going, I feel like we nearly did win, but yeah, the crowd were great.
Everyone keeps telling me about a place called Fishies. Is that happening tonight? Or?
Yeah, Fishies will be a good night tonight. It'll be enjoyable. Very excited.
Enjoy it. You deserve it. Well played. Right then, let's have a look around. Are we going to get any coaches? That is the question. It's taken us quite a long time to get down here, and everyone's kind of dispersed. Hence me grabbing Reece Priestland before, but he's going somewhere. There was a draw, wasn't there? It was 31-31. So can we get a Hartpury reaction? Yeah. Let's do it. Oh, not wearing good shoes here again. I'm going to interrupt your conversation here because what a phenomenal game. You certainly played your part at the end there. You've gone from out of sight to down and out and managed to pull it out the back and get a result at the end. What a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we came down on it, but for the boys to come in, especially under the post, get the pressure up, it was really good from the boys.
At 31-21, when they've gone up this flank here and scored one of the tries of the season, what did you say under the post then? Because there must have still been belief, but everyone in the Bath crowd thought they'd done enough at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're in there and you're a bit gutted there, but you can't let it get down. I mean, there's points on the board you can get. You go in there, you get the points, and you bring the game back. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Hey, look, you've got a game next week, but the week after that, big double-header at Kingsholm. You're going to be playing against Cardiff Met after a night like this here. How much are you looking forward to that?
Oh, well, boys are buzzing. We're flipping ready for it, absolutely.
As you should be. Right, go and be with the boys. Go get dry, go get warm. I'm not sure what you're going to make of that, because lots to love, lots not to love, but what are your immediate reactions after the full-time whistle?
Yeah, exactly that. I'm sort of right the score, right in the middle. Hell of a frustrated and sort of pleased to get back from where it got to. So it's exactly that. Like, fair play to Hartpury. We were behind the 8 ball a lot. Penalties and missed our own errors in the first half. Then we clawed it back, fair play, and had some ascendancy, and then just the last 5 minutes, which
Well, look, you were 21-0 down in that game, and we always like to focus on positives. You got over just before half-time, 31 unanswered points, and probably one of the tries of the season to finish off with there in these conditions as well. Are you going to focus on those positives moving forward?
Oh, of course we will, but it's sort of a brutal league, you know. We've got to, you know, of course we will, is the answer to that. But the reason we weren't 41 or 51 and they were 31 was a lot of our errors, and that's a bit disappointing because penalty count, we lost that, and that just got us into areas which, you know, it showed right at the end that we didn't want to be in, and ended up with points for Hartpury.
Over the years, we've always talked about line-outs in your team. You've scored an awful lot of line-out tries. Tonight, the line-out defence was really impressive, though. You turned over a lot in key areas.
Yeah, and so did they in theirs. Yeah, look, coaches are getting good at line-out defences, which is, you know, making the game, you know, you almost can get as many turnover line-outs as you get your own sometimes. So, yeah, that was the good part. We've got to do better at the ones we of our own. So yeah, I know that sounds a bit mixed, Dave, but that's exactly how we feel. We're right, glass half empty, glass half full after tonight. But hell of a crowd to come out in the rain. I don't know what we got, 6,000, and a spectacle that created an atmosphere that was really good for all involved. And thank you to Bath University and all involved in the background that put it on.
Certainly a brilliant occasion, a brilliant match as well. I don't know whether to congratulate you or not, but I really enjoyed it. I'll leave you, have a good night. Let's walk over and find Dan Murphy here and bring in wellies or boots or something next time. 31-31, you were 21-0 up, you were 31-21 down, and you come out of here with 3 points. That's not a bad outcome.
Yeah, it's not a bad outcome. From you look at that game, great occasion again in the rain, like great scoring opportunities, but maybe one that could have got away.
What did you like about tonight?
Our last 10 minutes. Great leadership from Keelan, our fly half, pushed us up the field, right time to take the kick at goal, puts us in with a losing bonus point, and then we've still got minutes to chase the game. And the boys just never say die. They just keep going, keep going, keep going. 2 weeks ago, we had a real tough last 60 seconds of the game, and tonight, unfortunately, Bath did. They had a win, and we've taken the draw, 3 points from us. So it's a bit easier to swallow.
So last season, I remember texting you during a Wales under-20s game saying, Harry Beddle, it says here he's at Hartpury, but he's not playing in the BUCS Super Rugby team. And he's here tonight, and he is doing a good job for you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good. Harry's very good. He's put in some consistent performances the last 2 weeks. He goes and gets us the ball.
But that is a lesson to everyone. You need a season in the threes, then anything can happen. Right then, let's look forward with a smile on our face about so many brilliant things to look forward to. One of those things is another huge event for your team. It's from the Rec to Kingsholm. You've got a massive night coming up. You must be really looking forward to that with this group.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. We've got a game up at Loughborough next week first, so we'll look 1 week at a time. But yeah, like I said before the game, nights like this are amazing. It's a great experience for the boys to put on, to get onto fields like this. Yeah, one game at a time. Loughborough away next week. We owe them from last year.
Happy?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. Well played today. Absolutely loved that. And we managed to hear from everybody in the rain as well. We've been to the Rec. For the second live stream in a row, it has ended in a draw. It is the best league in the land for a reason. I'll be swimming all night in this, so I'm off to fishies. See ya.